Livestream audience, welcome. You're listening to and watching Inside the Crib in Herndon, Virginia. We have just been treated to an amazing first set by Daniel Champagne, and we're getting ready for the next set. If you go to cribconcerts.com, you can see all the shows that we have. We've been live streaming just about all of them, so you get a taste of it, but it's being in the room, it's what it's really about. So we hope you can join us. Without any further ado, please welcome back to the stage, Mr. Daniel Champagne.
Thanks for sticking around. Hello to everybody on the interweb. Thanks for joining in. A few requests to play this set. I will play Spoonful a little bit later, and I'll start off with a song that if you've seen me play before, you've probably seen a couple of times. It was a song that I actually wrote in high school when I was about 15 or 16, and there's a bunch of cool things that sort of happen surrounding this piece. It's called the Nightingale. It's something recently I was playing. On my birthday, I was playing in a town in southwest Victoria called Warrnambool, and a friend of mine is a super talented artist, and he lives in that town. And while I was playing that show, he came out and, in the space of about half an hour, sort of scribbled a beautiful nightingale on the side of my guitar. So that was a cool thing for this. Nightingale sings each morning a sweet song we in midnight's thread. Neath her veil, the kingdom calling me this grassy bed. When I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly at all. Deep in child, bound in dirt, restless charms broken through between cheating night and reckless yearning to run from harm was all I knew. And so when I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. When I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. from the summer's golden rays to the murky ocean floors. Times there's chords calling for me. Mostly it seems we're chasing dreams to the shore. 'Nightingale flies tonight, and I know the spell that she's weaving. It's not like I can't stand the fight, I just can't stand the leaving. So when I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. When I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. Thank you. I like to tell this story often when I do house concerts, and I know some of you would have heard it before, but there's a bunch of new people here, and I know some people on the live stream might not have heard it. But every now and then on tour you get into some sort of uncomfortably, awkwardly weird situations. And this is a story about something that happened at the very start of my touring career. I was still in high school, I was 17 years old. And it happened of all places in Tasmania, which is kind of the island that hangs off the bottom of Australia that a lot of Australians will make jokes about. And basically I'd never played outside of my home state of New South Wales, and I was invited out of the blue to come and play at a small folk festival down in Tasmania just outside the main city of Hobart. And so I said I'd love to do it, and because I'd never been there, I flew down about 3 days early because I thought I might get jet lagged going all the way to Tasmania. It turned out I was okay, and I arrived in Hobart, and I went out about an hour from the city to play this small festival. And throughout the course of this one weekend, I got in this really strange and uncomfortably awkward situation with this one particular elderly lady, quite seriously stalking me throughout the course of the weekend. So I should elaborate. I was playing 3 shows over the festival, and she arrived at the first one. It was in like a small church venue, and there were only about 5 or 6 other people there, but she got there before I had, and the rest of the crowd had, and she'd kind of taken her chair out of the audience and placed it right there. And she knew some of my songs, and she was singing along to them. She was also just sort of dancing around in her chair and getting up and interpretive dancing all around the room. And as soon as I finished, she kind of came straight up to me, and she grabbed me and hugged me and covered me in her sweat and kisses. And she said, "You know, Daniel, that was so lovely. I'm going to come to all of your other shows this weekend, and I'm going to bring my crew with me to all of your other shows," whatever that meant. Sure enough, on the Saturday, I played like the town hall, and the first 20 or 30 rows were, I looked out, and this lady and all of her friends had filled the first 20 or 30 rows, and it was wonderfully memorable show. I still remember there was a whole row of these ladies that had brought their knitting to the gig. In case the music was terrible, I guess. One of them knitted me a pair of socks and then presented it to me at the end, and I still have them today. I thought that was a really cool thing. There were, I remember, blatantly just a couple that were just asleep in the front row, right in my eye line, sort of. But it was all good. On the Sunday, I played my last concert, and it was at a small cafe in town. And this lady and all of her friends had kind of doubled in size now, and they just kind of got there before anyone else had and barricaded the venue, so no one else was allowed in except for me and them. And I remember the show really well. I remember sort of the last song I finished on and grabbed the last chord, grabbed my guitar, picking it up, throwing it in its case, picking up the case, making an escape out the back door of this venue. And this lady sort of saw me trying to get away, and with incredible speed for somebody of her age, she cut around the side of the venue and, I kid you not, leapt out the back door after me and started chasing me up the main street of this Tasmanian town. And I was trying to get away, but I had a bunch of gear with me, and she eventually caught up to me. And she cornered me on the footpath up against the wall. Not like that. But she said, Daniel, that was so lovely. If you don't have to go back to the mainland straight away, you should definitely come over to my house and play a private concert for me. And so I sort of stood there up against the wall on this strange street of this strange Tasmanian town, thinking about this lady's proposition, and I got to thinking of some house concerts that I'd played back on the south coast of New South Wales, where I come from, and house concerts much like these, you come over to somebody's place, you bring your guitar, you bring songs, you eat cheese, drink wine, have a good time. I'd always had an incredible experience at these house concerts, so I said to this lady there and then that I'd love to play a private concert at her house, and the other thing about house concerts is, they usually invite other people. But unfortunately for me, I sort of turned up on this lady's doorstep and found out right there and then that when she'd said she wanted a private show, she'd absolutely meant just that. It was bloody awkward. It was just her and me and my guitar, and she cooked herself a 3-course meal and didn't offer me any. She just got me to sit at the other end of a very long table and play her songs all evening. Whenever she liked one, she got me to play it again. So there's still a bunch of songs in my repertoire that, while they have nothing whatsoever to do with that lady, they will forever remind me of her. There's a piece called Home to Me. I was 19 years old, scars in my eyes, dreams of gold, and a couple years to realize life can run fast sometimes. Head to the skies, hand on the highway. I understood why you can never come my way. You were always on my mind, and I don't want to let you down. I just want to let you know that you're not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. And I don't want to hold out now, you're coming too far just to go back. You're not always gonna be around, small towns, kind of hoping to find someone that can settle me down. Love can run fast sometimes. Oh, and I know what I've done. I know I just keep running. I know where I'm from and I know what I'm becoming. Oh, that I'm on my mind. Oh, I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna let you know that I'm not always gonna be around. That you'll always be home to me. I don't wanna hold that now. Come too far just to go back. I'm not always gonna be around. That you'll always be home to me. I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna let you know that I'm not always gonna be around. You'll always be home to me. And I don't wanna hold that now. Come too far just to go back. I'm not always gonna be around. You'll always be home to me. Yeah, you'll always be home to me. Friend, I see only fear in your eyes. I feel like living in disguise, and I know that you don't really ever want to say why. Like a runaway train left in the night, dreams staying naked in the headlights, with the memories that wake you in fright. It feels like all I could ever be was flying by my front door, and it's the same enemy trying to keep our hearts from wanting more. So much easier way back when we chase whatever and try to pretend like we worked so hard to defend my mistake. You can only hold this moment for so long. Time trying to sweep it along. By the time you look back, it's already gone away. It feels like all I could ever be, flying by my front door, and it's the same enemy trying to keep our hearts from wanting more. All I could ever be was fighting by my front door, and it's the same enemy just trying to keep our caving, we're always bound to fall. Never feel a thing until we float it all. They're tattooed in our skin and written across our wall. Never feel a thing until we float it all. We are caving in, we're always bound to fall. Never feel a thing until we float it all. They're tattooed in our skin and written across our wall. Never feel a thing until it felt like all I could ever be was flying by my front door, and it's the same enemy trying to keep our hearts from wanting more. All I could ever be was flying by my front door, and it's the same enemy just trying to keep our hearts from wanting more. He's called The Same Enemy. Do we have any requests from the live streamers, Chris?
Not yet, but you know, they may not have known that was okay, so thanks for telling me.
All right, then.
Yeah.
I'll play a song that was off the last album that I put out last year now. The song was written about a friend of mine. So about 4 years ago, I sort of made the move out to America. I ended up basing myself in Nashville, which is obviously a big music scene. I think I lived there about 10 days every year. And at almost exactly the same time that I went out there, one of my best friends, who's a super talented actress from Sydney, she moved out and ended up living in Los Angeles. And subsequently, over the next few years, I spent a lot of time hanging out in LA. And this is a song about that city and that scene and about her. And it's called Heart-Shaped Tattoo. stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo that your mom always said you never thought through. But we all make mistakes when we're 22. You know how she hates everything we do. You still do it despite her. But honey, I can't choose. I'm just stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. When you flash through my mind like these old plywood signs that litter the edge of these freeways I ride. I've thought of so many jokes that I'm just dying to tell. Why can't you be lying in that next cheap hotel? Recount all our stories and trade every crime as it's flashed through my mind, like these old plywood signs. The stars in the movies, there's stars in the skies. There's stars on the boulevard, and there's stars in her eyes. It's the scars that get me. She lays at my side and says, I know you don't love me, but neither do I. So I'm colored in blue, like that heart-shaped tattoo. It gets covered in denim when it's supposed to. And I can't kick a demon that looks like she does. No, I can't dodge a bullet that feels like her love. Pushed 100 doors open, but I still can't walk through. Girl, I'm stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. Stars in the movies, there's stars in the skies. There's stars on the boulevard, and there's stars in her eyes. It's the scars that get me. She lays at my side and says, I know you don't love me, but neither do I. Down and start anew. Girl, I'm stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo that your mom always said you never thought through. The stars in the movies, there's stars in the sky. There's stars on the boulevard, and there's stars in her eyes. It's so hard to reach them, no matter what we do. So I just hope someday you'll see the shining side you. If you're wondering what I'm up to, babe, well, there ain't nothing new. I'm still stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. Oh wow.
Classic, right? And then someone said chocolate yourself, and they said please.
Oh wow.
So they said please.
Okay. I'll try and play that.
I'm not influencing you one way or the other.
Yeah, I'll
Caroline with an exclamation point.
Alright.
So they said chocolate yourself, please.
try and play it, Charlie, myself.
This song is also watching with last name Champagne. I'm guessing that's what
All right.
you shared.
Oh, it's my mum.
Your
Hey,
mom.
mum.
Say hello.
Hello, mum. Back in Brogo. Well, so I'll play this one more for the folks watching on the live stream, and thanks for tuning in. And if you're ever in the DC area, make sure you get to the Crib. It's famous around here. Just ask anyone on the street. And they'll point you in the direction to Chris's lounge room, and you can come and watch some incredible music here. This is a song that I wrote towards the end of high school, and it was on my first ever EP. But I think sold about 32 copies, and then I kind of buried the rest in the front yard because there was some. I guess I've forgotten most of the songs, and you know, I think in general, people are good at forgetting things that may have been embarrassing, and. Found ourselves here in this frontier, talking tracks of the past, reflecting on choices we made. Back to ribbons and bows, call it make-believe names in awe of the future. But of course, that would change. There were so many ways we could move through that circle, up to chase what we wanted to. But your heart, your pain, no, it's fear, you fear the most. I hate to see the way you keep on thinking you're gonna be another castaway tied with your name to a spot on the shelf. Please just take up the hand that offers you help when you won't lose that child in yourself. All that you are isn't all you can be, but that's not to say you should change. Your hindsight today sees the butterflies thinking travel, keeps the demons at bay, and you're still trying to find your way through that circle, still trying to find what you want to do. You're still harboring pain. No, it's fear, you fear the most. I hate to see the way you keep on thinking you're gonna be another castaway tied with your name to a spot on the shelf. Please just take up the hand that offers you help when you won't lose that child in yourself. you found what you wanted. You don't harbor your pain, no longer fear it all. For all that it's worth, know that I never felt you were gonna be another costume made with your name to a spot on the show. Please just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Thank you guys. So I'll play a couple more. This is a newer piece. It's an instrumental fingerstyle thing I've been doing. I want to send it out to Chris because I know he's a big fan of instrumental guitar. And one of my favorite guitar players about a year ago, he gave me this old guitar that he'd had for a long time, and it was kind of a big moment for me. He gave me this old guitar of his, and he asked me to write him a happy song because all of my songs were too sad and depressing. And, so I wrote, it still doesn't have a name, but it feels very happy, and there's no words either, but it feels very happy. To everybody for tuning in on the live stream, thanks very much. Have a good night or morning. I want to say a particular thank you to my mother for tuning in from London.